Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. So we are going to do something a little bit different. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. We're going to do a 9-card spread, and this is going to be for the next 10 days. It is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So if this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check out your other placements. All right, so if you'd like a personal, that information is in the description box. I am available for personal readings. All right, guys, I'm going to pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle just to get a feel for what your overall energy for the next 10 days is. And we have round and round. Okay. So, on the bottom of the deck, we have community. This is going to be talking primarily about cycles that need to be closed out. So, the round and round card definitely is exactly what it sounds like. It's like a merry-go-round that I just heard that you really want to get off of. So it seems like there's a repeating cycle in your life that keeps happening, whether it's that or you feel like you're going round and round with other people and they're just not seeing your point of view. Five of Wands is all about drama and arguing and feeling like you just can't get your point across. So the next 10 days you may be challenged a bit in how you deal with those types of situations. Let's see what else we get for you. Okay, this is for Pisces. So with the Five of Wands, then we have the Two of Swords. So it's going to be up to you. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Love that. So then we have the Queen of Swords with the World in reverse. Yeah, there's a cycle that needs to close out for you guys. So this is coming up for you in November. And then we have the Nine of Cups because it's what's on the other side of that is amazing energy. And then we have, this is crazy. You could be dealing with a Cancer. So this card and this card both came out in Cancer's reading. You saw me shuffle several times. This is exactly the placements. So again, oh, this can't be happening. I shuffled very well. So again, you may be dealing with a Cancer because this is the same 3 cards that came out for them. So let's start out at the top with the Five of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Now we also have the overall energy as the Page of Cups. I feel like this is you offering love in a different way. So that round and round, you may be realizing that the way that you approach relationships or have in the past or have allowed people into your life is something that needs to shift and change. It could be also with work situations, but let's start up here with the Five of Wands. This is definitely some conflict that's happening, and it's creating a choice for you. Your free will, I feel like, is coming up for you in the next 2 weeks or so, or maybe even out as far as 30 days. You've got a decision that you've got to make about how you want love to look in your life. So even if you're in a current relationship, it's like if this is not working and it keeps repeating the same thing, Spirit's saying it's time to close out that cycle with the World card in reverse. With the Queen of Swords, the World in reverse, and the Nine of Cups, this tells me that at some point you're going to gain, with the Page of Cups and the Star card and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so we're going to be doing both pulling from the deck and the 9-card spread because I just can't help whatever they draw me to. So just hopefully you guys can go with it. So you being able to speak your truth and cut through any bullshit that comes your way is going to allow this to shift. But they're saying if you're not clear about what you want, then this is going to continue to go round and round. On the other side of you making this tough decision is your wish fulfillment. Either a brand new love in your life or a new way of looking at love so that things stop repeating themselves. Now, with the Page of Cups, it could be that somebody new is going to come towards you when you make that choice to stop battling the same thing over and over again. The Star is fantastic in this energy because it says whatever it is that you're hoping for is about to come into play. But you have to take the action. You have to be truly, truly passionate about which direction you want to go. Where do you want your energy to go? Do you want it to go ahead of you or do you want it to stay behind you? Because it is your choice whether you want to repeat certain cycles or not. This is her really focused on the future and not looking back at what she's dumping out behind her. It's like you've got to get rid of that old stale Coke that's been sitting in the fridge for, 3 months that's flat and you know it. It's not good anymore. It doesn't have any bubble. It doesn't have any zest. It's not fulfilling you in a way that feels good. So healing will come once you go through deciding that you just don't want to battle this anymore. It could be internal conflict that you have about the idea of relationships. If you've dealt with difficult ones in the past and they've always seemed to be the same, then there's something that needs to shift in you, whether it be about self-love, which is the Queen of Cups, or it's just a pattern that you have recognized that you found yourself in. It's saying you're going to have a new outlook on that as soon as you make a decision to do this and get really clear about what it is that you want and do the work and heal. Then you're going to have opportunities show up for you that you may not have expected. It could be something small. This offer could be coming towards you in the next 10 days. You may not have your eyes open, and it could be because, again, you've been stuck doing the same thing over and over again, and you may not recognize when somebody comes in, but this will change everything for you. So the healing and focusing on the future and not allowing yourself to focus on what's already happened, because in a sense I'm feeling from this card in this particular reading, he's looking at the 3 cups, which is past situations. Even if you're not 100% all the time thinking about them, we still review them even subconsciously at times because we experience them. And we if they weren't pleasant ones, then we want to know why, or we're trying to figure out what we can do to attract towards us exactly what we want. And of course, that's doing the inner work. So something big is about to shift for you. And on the other side of that, Spirit's saying that's when you find that true soulmate. I always say with this one, with the ring, I think of the king and queen, but this is victory. So if this is the love that you have for a job that you do, it's saying that you're going to need to make a decision about that because you've got to find the love in your work again. And as soon as you do, get away from whatever this drama is or whatever's going on there, and you really set your intention on what's going to fulfill you with the Star card, and you take the action that you need to, everything's going to change. Everything will change. And on the other side of that is going to be you excited and celebrating because you made a choice. And as soon as you made that choice, you stopped dealing with that cycle, that feeling of it just isn't changing. What needs to happen? Well, it's definitely coming. And you're not going to be sitting around waiting to see if things are going to grow. They're actually going to shift and change. And that's going to help you release some either toxic patterns, toxic behaviors, things that were not making you happy. It's going to help you release those and stop putting you in a place where you constantly feel like you're just down or burdened or conflicted. It's good energy. I like it. All right. So I'm going to put these back. Now, let's move down to the bottom where we've got the Queen of Cups, self-love. What we always want to focus on the most. Because when we can focus on that and we can truly find a way to heal from the things that have constantly been there, that have been nagging at us and have created the patterns that we find ourselves in, as soon as you start to focus on that, that's when things start to move and change. And it is happening. So even if you don't like it, Spirit's kind of coming in and forcing you to focus on how these things are not working so that you can finally be pushed in the forward direction. You know what you really want, and they know it too. So they're saying, love you. That's when you start having the momentum, the movement, the things that you want, you desire. That's when you really start going after them. When you trust in yourself and you love in yourself, you move towards happiness, which means balance in your relationships, finding the love of your life. If you're looking for new love, when you make a choice, you choose you, and you're very straightforward and honest about how you feel. It could be that you need to do this, within a partnership, and you're having a tough time deciding whether you should leave. If you love yourself and you have to walk away from a relationship, it can be difficult always, but it's like they're really focused on Don't stay if you've tried so hard and waited so long for things to change and they just aren't changing. All right, so I'm going to clarify the Five of Wands with the Two of Swords. And then the Two of Cups came sneaking out. I like how sneaky this was on the bottom of the deck to show itself, saying that, you know, you really do need to see eye to eye with someone. If you don't match energies anymore, it's time to move on. People don't always see eye to eye for a lifetime. We've been conditioned to believe that relationships are most often meant to last. And that reality has been shattered over the last, I don't know, 25, 30, 50 years, where people just don't see relationships the same way. They don't see marriage. Since women have become much more independent, some people have decided they don't really want kids, even though society told us that we had to have them. Whatever it is, if it's that old conditioning that you're working on, this is saying almost like, look at yourself in the mirror. There's one side of you and the other side of you. And I feel like you're shifting into this other version of yourself with this, because you're being honest about what's truly going to fulfill you. And that's what's going to help get you out of any kind of repeating cycle. All right. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So sometimes we hold on really tightly to things because it's what's comfortable. And I think Spirit's trying to say you have a decision to make. Either you hold on tightly to this and you keep repeating the same thing, or you let loose a little bit and let some things change and trust us that we're going to move you in the right direction to what is going to make you happy. If it's the right partner for you and new love, or it's the change that needs to happen within the relationship, release some of that. Look at yourself in the mirror and maybe ask yourself what changes need to be made for you. Do you have to heal something in order for you to move forward? Now, the Ace of Pentacles says when you let go and you don't hold on so tightly to what maybe some old beliefs, that's when new opportunities come to you. If this is work and you've been battling it out and you haven't really been able to move forward, this is an opportunity that's going to show up for you. And it's going to allow you to see how things can shift and change, how things don't have to stay the same. There's going to be most likely an increase in money when you take this chance. It's almost like you're stuck in this place of, if I make this choice, I don't know what the future is going to look like. So when this opportunity shows up, they're saying don't hold tight to that old processing, that old thinking, because this opportunity is going to be there and you don't want to miss it because you're holding tightly onto something from the past. All right, so then we have the Page of Wands. So somebody is, I feel like this is somebody who's got a little bit of a crush on you. You may not know this. I don't know why this is coming up, but I'm going to say it. It feels like it could be somebody that's a little bit younger than you, and they, okay, yeah, I'm going to say it. I feel like this person fantasizes about being with you. You may not know this person even exists, but it's coming up, so I'm definitely going to say it. They may or may not have the you know what to come forward, but whoever they are, I feel it's a very genuine and innocent energy. You may already know that somebody has a crush on you, and it's pretty obvious. Just know that there's going to be a lot of red that's going to be obvious. So Christmas is coming. You could be seeing a lot of red. This person may wear a lot of red. They may drive a red car, I just heard. There's something about red that's going to be really important. And then we have the Ten of Wands. This is being stressed out about anything, I think, that's going to be different than what you're accustomed to. The Ten of Wands says you've been carrying this long enough, it's time to let it go. So this is one separate message, and then the Ten of Wands comes up on top of the World in reverse saying, if you don't release some of this stress, it's going to continue to weigh you down, and you need to let it go so that you can let things shift the way that they're meant to. All right, and then we have, yep, the Hermit. So this is paying attention to where there have been people in your life that have either done you wrong or have existed for too long. Snakes shed their skin. You're going through that kind of a transformation. In a sense, it's almost like you're looking at yourself and the changes that you've already made and the changes you know you need to make in order to get out of this cycle. It's very clear to you now. It feels like the light's being shown on something that you may have not been open to looking at before. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So the Wheel of Fortune. See, when you love yourself and you really put energy into what's important to you, that's when things start to really change. The Wheel of Fortune says, hold on one second. This is all kinds of shifts and changes. Yes, good luck, good fortune. Something's coming about because you did your work. It's almost like you passed a test of self-love. It seems so easy, but we don't always do it. There's always something that we're working on as souls. We came here to grow. And the Wheel of Fortune says, okay, it's that time, because this is what's on the other side of that. Everything that you could have ever dreamed of is on the other side of this shift, of this cycle. Okay, and then the Death in reverse. So you may feel like this has really put you sometimes to your knees. So you've been tested for sure, whether it's a difficult relationship that's going around in a circle or a work situation where it just never seemed to change. It's like, it's time. It's time to allow this to fall apart and shift into something brand new, and trust that on the other side of that, something really great is coming towards you. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So complete independence. The fight. Yep. Once you walk away, the Wheel of Fortune, the Death, and the Nine of Pentacles. Once you walk away from these things, because it's in reverse, it's saying that you may still be stuck or feeling, maybe have some fears around abandonment that need to be healed. But once you do this, that stops spinning. That stops being that merry-go-round. It's also a need to trust sometimes more in your intuition as well, okay? You're coming to a place of being completely independent, and it doesn't mean that you have to be without a partner. It could be that you're just finding yourself within your relationship and it's a renewed sense of love. Something about it is going to change because you've made a choice. That's why the Wheel of Fortune is here to say that the money will be there to support you. Either the person that you love and want to be with will be there to support you, or once you become this and you feel really good about where you are, that's when new love shows up for you. And it shows up differently than it did before. You're moving towards something that is really harmonious as far as a relationship is concerned. Trust that. Now, you could be dealing with a Gemini for sure. We have that twice strong. You could be dealing with, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We definitely have Cancer energy, a lot of water here, as well as fire. So Aries, Leo, or a Sag, and Virgo energy. So if you are dealing with any of those people, you know that there's a little something special. There's also very strong Scorpio energy, probably that's here for you. So take it in. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates for some of you. You're working through a big change, and on the other side of that is everything you've ever wanted. All right, my loves, thank you again so much for all of your support, your likes, shares, comments, subscribes. As I said before, I am available for personal readings, and if you'd like one of those, it's in the description box. I hope you guys have an amazing 10 days, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.